Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. It's the All On Me, the morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. Getting back on this motherfucker once again. Getting on. Another day of life. This motherfucker's ready to talk some shit. Because we doing life, motherfuckers. We doing life. You doing life. Sometimes life is just doing you. I think a lot of people that hear this shit, life is doing you. You ain't doing life. How do I know? Right? Because I ain't seen you posting up pictures of what you're doing, celebrating your job, celebrating the activities that you're doing in your life. Nah, man, you taking food porn pics, right? 10,000 calorie meals, man. That's doing more harm than good, right? We didn't just talk about health and nutrition here, right? Because we're talking about what? Four aspects of life: mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and physical health, right? Because what? Everybody should be trying to become what? The best version of themselves, right? Too many motherfuckers got soft. Too many motherfuckers be sitting around, right? Wishing things would happen, wishing things would change, waiting for things to happen, waiting for something to change, right? When doesn't matter the season, the time, the place, the circumstances, you can start changing all kinds of shit, man. Everything, everything. And it just starts with the most simple place, right? The most simple. The most simple of all things that you can truly start to embrace and start to switch up, right? Where's that? That's your thoughts. Your thoughts. What do you wake up thinking about? Right? And usually what you wake up thinking about is what you went to sleep thinking about. Do you realize this? Right? And that's something that even I've been practicing. Like usually here's a little something for you, right? I'm gonna give you a nugget that if you really take a few minutes, five minutes before you go to bed, right? 5 minutes before you go to sleep, and really just try and think about some gratitude. Think about some positive shit that's going on in your life. Even if you got a lot of bad shit going on in your life. Think about some positive things before you truly just try and shut down, right? Because again, that's actually what leads into a lot of your subconscious programming, all this other stuff that's going on, why you're tossing and turning, right? How many of y'all can't even sleep at night, right? You're just restless at night. I've had some restless nights recently, right? I don't know if it's just the changing in the seasons, right? We're getting close to another season changing. And, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful through it all. And again, because I have tools in my fucking toolbox and I'm trying to share some tools with you guys to improve the quality of your life. That's all this is, right? You take it for what it's worth. You listen in, right? But hopefully you can even start to lean in and apply some of this shit, right? Applying some of the things that I'm talking about. Well, what am I talking about? You know, how do you fill your cup every day? How do you recharge yourself? Is it just sleep? Right? Do you realize that food gives you energy? Well, what the fuck you putting in your mouth? Right? What are you putting in? Garbage in, garbage out, guys. Superfood in, superfood out, man. You're super it's that simple, but it's not easy. Do we realize the difference between things that appear to be simple but not easy, right? Walking is simple for most people. Yes? It's easy for most people. The idea of walking is pretty easy for most people, right? But if you were to create distance or altitude, that changes the idea of walking, right? Because just walking, that don't seem like nothing. But if I told you, okay, but you need to walk 100 miles, oh shit, well that's a whole different ball game. We're not talking about easy anymore. If I told you you need to walk 10 miles, 4,000 foot ascent, that's not so easy either, right? With a 100-pound pack, that's what hiking is walking in nature. It's just doing it with intention and getting something out of it. And yet, so many times, right, as people, right, we want it to be easy. We want everything to be easy. I remember when I was in that mindset. I didn't like resistance. I didn't want a lot of challenge in my life. I just wanted to kind of just be complacent and be left alone, right? I talked to someone the other day. I could tell that me having philosophical, conscientious conversations. Do you guys realize that's what we're doing here? I believe that I'm probably a modern day philosopher, right? This is philosophical conversations about what? Self, about existence, about life. And I think that we should all give ourselves the opportunity, right, to have these conversations with each other, right? It's a hell of a lot better than talking about who's gonna fucking win this weekend. Oh, what team is out there in spring break? What team's doing that? What's this guy? We don't even know these people, and we're talking and sending all our energy to them. That thus creates value for them. The more energy the more you focus on other people, these celebrities, these athletes, these influencers, these stars, right? And if they ain't focusing back on you, right? They're getting all that energy from you, and that again raises their stardom, that raises their value. You're sending them your energy. Do you realize this how this works? Right? And no one's sending you energy because you ain't got nothing to talk about. You're not celebrating the wins in your life. You're not cheering yourself on through hardships and adversities and struggles and challenges, right? But you cheer on this other motherfucker. You'll cheer on this other team year after year. I'm faithful for life. Got the shit tattooed even. But it would be crazy, like narcissistic, for you to tattoo your own face on there. You'll tattoo some organization that don't give two shits about you. They truly don't. Tell me, how does the fucking Raiders, the Cowboys, any other fucking team, how do they care about you? Please tell me how these teams care about you. What do they do to give back to you? Other than you're using your time and you're giving them your energy, the most precious things of this existence, right? To cheer them on, to celebrate them. But if you were to tattoo your own face on there, on your arm, everybody would think you're the weirdest motherfucker on this planet. Some of y'all need to get weird, right? Start loving yourself, start cheering yourself on, start believing in yourself. Even when you fail, because you guys are so faithful with these fucking teams, even when they fail, even when they don't win the big game, you're still locked in. But what about you? What about in your life? What about when you didn't win in life? What about when you failed? Did you pick yourself up? Did you go high? Did you give up? Did you just fucking kill the dream? You lost the ambition? You told yourself a lie saying, it's not meant to be. I'm too old. I'm married. I'm this. I'm that. I'm old. It's crazy. That's the craziness. And it's by design, I'm guessing. Right? Because how are you going to make these other motherfuckers rich if you start investing in yourself? I don't support it. And I used to be the biggest fanatical person ever. Fanaticism. Going to games, I would at least go to most of the fucking games I watched. Well, that's probably a lie. I went to a lot of games though, right? Pro games, spending a lot of money to watch these other motherfuckers perform. And they don't know me. I didn't know them. It's one thing if you're the mom, you're the dad, you're the cousin, you're the brother, and you're out there cheering on one of your family members and sending them the energy they need to be successful and to win the big games. That's beautiful. But when you're cheering on these other motherfuckers, they don't know shit. They don't know who you are. They don't give a shit. Ask them to invite you over for dinner sometime to their mansions. Ask them to give you a ride in the Lambo. They don't know you, motherfuckers. My team. My coach. And so then I'm asking myself, I love having these philosophical conversations. And I know a lot of you can't handle this shit because I start posting some really, really, right? A guy mentioned yesterday with the boots in the mud and how we get off course in life, right? Somehow for us to have fun as adults, it's getting drunk, it's getting high, it's partying, right? It's happy hour, right? They even call it It's called happy hour. How does it make you happy? Getting all wasted. I used to be the fucking king of happy hour. Actually, the guy, my bro I'm helping right now, that's releasing weight, like another just victory. Every day a scale victory. For sure scale victories, and we're focusing even on non-scale victories. But we're just a little over 3 weeks, you guys. Y'all motherfuckers been sitting back. I had another guy tell me, ask for help, and then he got scared and he's trying his own thing, right? That's what most of y'all want to do, right? You ask for the help and then you're like, I don't know. I'm going to just try my own thing. Go ahead, try your own thing. Keep trying your own fucking thing, man. Again, I don't need to help anybody. I don't need to. I had great news last night. I had an incredible meeting last night, a business meeting here at the Mystic Santa Fe. Check this shit out, man. TheMysticSantaFe.com. I'm advertising because we going live. TheMysticSantaFe.com. We got our sign up now. And we're just so proud of what we've accomplished. But I had a beautiful business meeting, man. A beautiful business meeting that's just going to, bring more into me. And then it gets me back to what is your value, right? I knew my value before I got into this project. And I knew what I could bring to the table, and I know what I have brought to the table, and I know the difference I've made. And guess what? It always comes back. What you give comes back. So if you're giving half-ass measures, you're getting half-ass fucking results in life. Do you realize this? If you want quick and easy, everything's going to come quick and easy, but that means that the results are going to only last for a short amount of time and then they're gone. But if you're willing to be sustainable and endure and actually put together you got to take your mind on the journey with you. You can't just fucking ask for something quick. The pill. Give me the pill. Give me the this. Give me the that. Give me the surgery. Quick and easy. And somehow it changes your habits and your behaviors. Your thoughts create your reality. So getting a surgery to feel better about yourself, that's not going to last. Unless you start instilling major downloads of mental clarity and focus and belief and all of the things that you need to do to really get your mind right, to change your mindset, your frame. But when you just want it to be easy, then that's not valuable. Valuable things are not easy things. You guys realize this, and I know you realize this. I'm not talking a bunch of jackasses. I don't ever call y'all jackasses because you ain't dumb motherfuckers, right? Very intelligent people listen to this shit. They say actually the sign of vulgarity, cursing and stuff is a sign of intelligence. I could switch up my language. I could do whatever I want with my words, right? But I know I'm speaking to the shadow. I'm speaking to the area of who you are that you're ashamed of, that you're embarrassed of, that you're hiding from even yourself. Total denial of a major part of yourself, which is this shadow side, the dark side, right? And it's all programmed into us that the dark side is evil. So I don't want to be considered evil. So I can't have one of those. And then you're totally in denial and you're confused and you're a walking fucking contradiction to your own self. Because your mind is trying to tell you that you're nothing but good. And that could be true, that you got pure intentions, good intentions, but you got some fucking habitual habits that are programmed and ingrained into you that are toxic, or some things that you've done that you're ashamed of and you're embarrassed of and you don't want to account for. You're in denial of it. And yet you're frustrated because you can't truly be your true and authentic self until you integrate that stuff, that shit. Breaking motherfuckers, man. Breaking you, man. Breaking you guys. Right? But I know I'm reaching you, and that's the beautiful thing. That's what gets me coming back on here, is I'm reaching people. And that's my why. Right? That's the why. Ask yourself this today. Your why. I started a great book. Simon, what's his name? Sinek? Simon Sinek? I don't know if I'm saying the last name right. It's called Start With Why. And I started this whole journey of why at the beginning of the year, because it's a really profound fucking experience for us to, for anybody to get to their why. Why are you doing the job you're doing right now? Right? And then you have to go down 7 levels. Right? You answer the answer with why. 7 times, and then that gets you to the really core of it. And if you get frustrated in the process, then that tells you that it's not deep enough. You're not really doing something at a deep level, which is really where you want to be. If you could get to a deeper level, man, you'd fully be aligned with your purpose, right? Because you wouldn't settle for things. You wouldn't do things that weren't aligned with who you are at the core of who you are. You wouldn't just do stuff to do stuff, right? You wouldn't just go because you got invited. You would have to ask yourself, well, why would this benefit me? Or why does this go against my values and my principles? And so I don't need to do it. Sure, I'll miss out. What's the big deal? I have other things that need my attention and my time that are going to build me up towards my purpose, my goals, my dreams, my desires, for me to improve my life. No one's going to improve your life. You can't improve your life watching fucking TV and playing video games on your downtime. Because there shouldn't even be fucking downtime. Yes, there's times to rest and relax and recharge and rejuvenate. But most of y'all think that sitting on a fucking tube, watching the tube or playing the fucking games is doing that. And it's not. It's not. Like, there's no studies that show that watching TV improves your mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical health. There's no studies that show what playing video games improves your mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And you should be someone that gives a fuck about your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. Right? You should care about this, because that is ultimately the essence of how you feel at the core of who you are. Anybody can pretend that you show up to work and you're like, fuck it, another day at work. And guess what? People feel that. And you feel it more than anybody else. Because if getting out of work means getting your ass in a happy hour, why do you think they call it happy hour, man? Right? Because that's where you become happy, because you've had a shit day at work. They must have came up with a happy hour, probably during like the Industrial Revolution, man, when motherfuckers were really working their fucking asses off. You can imagine just working in factories and plants and just, the Industrial Revolution. I bet you if we kind of dig into history, that's probably where the happy hour came from, because people were just so miserable, man, just fucking zombie, right? And it's really no different today, right? A lot of people are working mediocre, fucking mundane, just routine jobs that don't really give you purpose. It don't really make you feel alive. It doesn't really make you feel like you're making a difference. Like, and sure, you're going to tell yourself, well, I don't really care if I make a difference. Okay, well then what do you value? Right? What do you value in life? How many of you say that you value your health, right? And whether or not you believe in the shots or not the shots, right? But if you say you value health, right? Like, just at a general level, like, yeah, I think being healthy is an important thing. Is it everything? Right? Is health everything? How important is health to most people? Like, health, what does health even mean? To be healthy? Because I can tell you, when I was probably carrying around 40 extra pounds that made me feel like shit, I felt I was eating kind of healthy, right? But guess what? Tacos, pizza, steak, no alcohol, but definitely sweets, some popcorn was all a part of me saying, oh, I'm eating pretty healthy, right? Right? I had the VA nutritionist She didn't think I was eating too healthy, but she was kind. She was like, you're doing pretty good. Let me send you some Ensure. Do you guys know what Ensure is? Like these, like you Ensure, the little fucking metal cans, right? That you see people, geriatrics drinking at fucking old folks' homes, right? I'm in my 30s, guys. Like, what the fuck? The VA's like, here, let me send you that. They're probably trying to kill me soon and quick, right? But that was the mentality. I was like, I thought I was gonna die in my 30s because I was carrying around all that extra weight. I thought I was gonna die in my sleep, right? And I thought I was being kind of healthy with my eating because I cooked a lot of my meals. I didn't go out to restaurants a lot. I did spend a lot of time cooking. But when I look back and I know what I eat now, right? And I fought against it. I thought I could outperform the fork, right? I thought I was stubborn enough. I'll run an extra mile. I'll do another fucking rep. I'll fucking crush the weights. You know, I'm going to continue eating burgers and hot dogs and pizza and fries and all the good shit, man. But I'm eating healthy. But I didn't feel that. And so then if I'm asking you, what do you value? And I challenged my own self this week about values. What do I value? Because what you value is what's important to you. But you have to be able to not just say it's important. Your life, right, should express how important something is in a physical form. Again, this is philosophical. So if you say that health, being healthy is one of a big priority for you, well, then what evidence do you have in your life so that you don't come across as a liar or a hypocrite or a deceptive motherfucker, right? That says you are healthy and that you value health, right? Are you someone that's saying, oh, well, you're pointing to your kids? Look how my kids are. They're healthy because they're young and they're healthy. But you can't point to yourself. And see, that's the breakdown. We don't want to hold ourselves accountable. And that's why this message hits where it hits. It makes y'all uncomfortable. I know. Because this is a level of me holding, guess what? Me accountable. I don't want to go back to that motherfucker, the drunk motherfucker. I don't want to go back to the fat ass, right? So for me to hold myself accountable, guess what? I'm putting myself out there to the world and saying, here I am. Look at me. I'm exemplifying an active, healthy lifestyle, right? Full of abundance, right? And it's like, it's only going to keep getting better. And that's because I'm living life with intention, not with hypocrisy. I'm not spending my time sending my energy to people that don't send their energy back to me. So at least when I connect with you guys, right, I'm focused on you guys. And if you're focusing on me, we're sharing energy. So we're creating a community. Thus, we have the opportunity right now to build each other up. You guys can grab a hold of the energy that I have established within myself, because this whole message is overflowing of the abundance that is filling my cup. This shit that goes across the board every day ain't just for fuck. It's real life shit. I practice, don't just preach every day. I spend time in mindfulness, meditation, journaling, listening to positive affirmations, listening to fucking hard charger motivators, picking me up when I'm fucking feeling a little down. This is real life shit, right? And then guess what? I'm doing things that exemplify that I value fucking activity and health and outdoors. So I go to the gym, I go to yoga, I go and hike when I can. I'm so excited that the time changes happen because I'm going to be out there hiking more and more and more and more because I love it. That's my favorite. Right? But I'm exemplifying that stuff. The self-care, like getting massages. I love going to hot springs and soaking. All of this is things that I am spending my time and focusing my energy on, that is then building me up, and it's showing that I value this shit. I'm also then holding myself accountable to my nutrition, which is superior. It's superior to what I used to do. And I don't miss the fucking steaks. I don't miss the fucking bullshit 1,000 calorie, fucking 10,000 calorie indulgent days of fucking just feasting and grazing at a party, right? At a buffet. I don't miss that, because food truly is my fuel. And if what I put in my body today is how I'm going to feel tomorrow. And it's the same for you. What you put into your body today is how you will feel tomorrow. And if you're putting in a lot of food that is packed with fat, packed with oil, packed with processed fucking ingredients, artificial ingredients, right? You're going to feel all of that times 10. And then you just compound it over time, right? And I got motherfuckers right now saying, man, they can't even see their dick. Yes, we talk shit like that. I can't see my dick because I got a big old fucking belly. And I was there. I know what it is as a man to have a big ass fucking tie around my waist. I can't even see my fucking junk. That's real talk here on the It's All On Me morning show, man. We do this shit. We do it life. And I'm grateful for those of you that got the courage, right? Got a little tenacity in you, a little grit, because I'm trying to reach some fucking warriors, some savages that are out there living mediocre fucking lives, and you should be living your best life. Your best fucking life. And it's not yesteryear, it's now. Because everything you have experienced, all the wins, all the losses, all the fucking victories, all the celebrations of the past, all equal who you are today. Thus, this is the best day of your life, because it's all you got. But then we talk about what? So I talked about mindfulness. I talked about fitness. So I'm doing this every day. Spending a little bit of time, spending a lot of time on this stuff every day. Then it's the nutrition. Then it's personal development. I told you I'm listening to a new book. I'm always listening to books. I'm always listening to fucking information, and just really being a learner of life, a lifelong learner. And so many of us were so resistant about being forced to go to school, and school's kind of bullshit. It's total bullshit. I was a teacher in the classroom for 2 years, spent 6 years in higher education and leadership. I got fucking a master's degree in business administration, right? I'm coming to you with someone that has education and says education in its current state is bullshit. It's a game. And so I just flipped the switch and said, sure, whatever I got to do to get the fucking paper, because I used to hate the paper. I used to not value the paper. I said, I'm going to get the paper because it gives me what? Credibility. And now I can talk shit on it because I got it. And I'm not talking shit as if you don't have it, that you shouldn't get it. That's bullshit. Because the paper in this society carries weight and it has value. We talk about values. If you value education, and a lot of businesses still do, a lot of businesses that would help you to elevate your income value education. You realize this. And I realize this because I'm a fucking businessman. I've hired people and I've not considered people based on education. I know I have not been considered for jobs I would have been exceptional at because I didn't have a fucking paper. So I said, I'm going to get a paper. I'm going to eliminate that as being a fucking hit on my record. I'm going to make it a check in the box. He got the paper. Good to go. Let's consider him. And the society values the paper still. In its current form, high school education is valued. College education is still valued. Technical education is valued. It all carries value. Being a certified electrician is a lot more valuable than being some fucking just guy that kind of watches YouTube videos that ain't licensed, bonded, and insured. But when you are certified, even in technical stuff, you have more value. And so the same is true if you say health is important to you, because you get to your why. If you're going to say, well, health, you know what, health isn't as important to me, but I got a family. What the fuck is your family going to do if your health starts deteriorating and next thing you know, you're not providing, you're having to be cared for long term because you just keep stacking up more and more health issues and maybe even mortality, right? I'm 44 years old. I lost one of my closest fucking best friend, my cousin, last year. Poof, out of nowhere. He's gone. And this, I talk about it all the time, and I know it's morbid. This is a game of life and death, motherfuckers. 186,000 people dying every day for all types of reasons, But you know, the number one reason in this country why people dying, right? Heart disease. Heart disease is why people are dying. Number two, cancer. Both of those instances of death, right? All this shit right here, man. The food, the drink, it contributes to both of those. And guess what else contributes to those? Stress, right? And when you're stressed out, guess what a lot of you do? You go to the vices. You overindulge. You go to the fucking junk food. You pull into the gas station, you get a chips, you get a candy, you get whatever fuels your fucking, that uncomfortable emotion. And it's just because you don't know how to process the emotion of what's really going on behind the stress. What is contributing to your stress, right? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Right? And then it's like, if you could learn how to actually just process your emotions, which most of us never get an opportunity to learn throughout our fucking upbringing in life, right? We get to learn how to process some shit. Then it's like, it goes away. And then you don't have to turn to the mindless eating, right? Or just checking the fuck out by getting high, taking a pill, getting drunk, whatever you're doing to numb and to eliminate that emotional state of uncomfortability, right? So for some whatever reason, these things here make us feel better about ourselves. We feel more comfortable. It numbs the pain. And I know that because I've had this. The one thing I'm trying to kick right now, I didn't tell you guys this story the other day, but the one thing I'm trying to kick right now, because this came out of this, right? When I got sober, and I'm going on 11 years in July, when I got sober from alcohol, I feel like I developed a sweet tooth, right? And I always justified it. I said, the lesser of two evils, right? We tell ourselves all this bullshit. But again, I have to get to the root of this. So I have to first get to the root of what fueled my alcoholism. And I truly believe it was my trauma, my emotional fucking pain, my inability to be able to process my emotions and deal with my stress would lead me to overdrink, overindulge, and get fucked up, hurting myself, harming myself, and having a lot of fucking scars, both physical, emotional, and even legal to show for it, right? For the fact that I just couldn't handle and deal with my stress, my emotions. And so I talked about this sweet tooth. And so it's always been there, right? I see before I became plant-based, I would see a DQ, right? And I pull in there and I want that fucking mint Oreo Blizzard. Anybody with me? Any mint Oreo Blizzard fans, right? Fuck. Right? If I love the chewy sweet and sour stuff, right? Sour Patch Kids, fucking jelly beans, just fucking hot tamales, man, like just candies. And it's like, fuck. I would just be carrying around this sweet tooth. So I go to a gas station, maybe there's some stress or there's something going on. And so I go get fucking candies. And it's like, it's not good. Sugar is probably the most addictive drug, Sugar, processed sugar, fuck. So along this healing journey, which I am very much engaged in, I'm not just some fucking guru. I'm a fucking motherfucker that has gone 11 years of sobriety, has dropped about 60 pounds from my height, over 60, right? 142 and a half was the fattest I ever got. I average about 185 right now. You could do the math real quick, right? About 60. So, and, but I had this fucking sweet tooth, right? This issue with the sweets. And I know that it doesn't add to me feeling better the next day when I fucking slam a whole bag of fucking Sour Patch, right? Eat a whole box of tamales, right? That shit does not, I don't feel better, right? And I eat it so mindlessly. Fucking God, man. Like 5 minutes, a whole fucking bag's gone, man. And this is just real talk, right? Because I know this is what people are doing, right? In your own way. It's not the Sour Patch for you. It's the chocolate or the fucking chips or whatever it is, right? And sometimes it will be the chips and the fucking shit. And so last year, right? And this is another victory, and this is just more transparency. So, you know, there's the big thing that's going on around this country, right, is legalized marijuana. New Mexico passed that shit last year. And so I got caught up in the smoke. I got caught up in it, man. And I'm someone, I got 2 teenagers, and I was like, man, again, why am I turning to THC, whether it's the edibles or all this other bullshit? Again, there was stress, right? This project that I've been overseeing at the motel, very fucking stressful, big time challenges, big time energy. If we're talking about energy, when guests are unhappy and just all the stress and the energy of getting the job done and getting this project completed, man, it was a lot. And I would catch myself at the end of the day, sometimes even during the day, go into it. And Jordan Peterson, right, says at the end of the day, if you want to improve your life, right, ask yourself in a private way, is there something that I can change that I know if I changed, it would improve my life? What is that thing I need to do to change? What is the thing I need to let go of? What can I change that I know I can change, that if I did, it would improve my life? You ask yourself that. And the thing that kept coming up kind of into the fall last year was the weed, bro, the weed. And so December 1st, I said, you know, I'm done. I'm done. I don't need this shit, right? I've been sober from alcohol 11 and a half years. I was sober from weed for fucking 9.5 years. And then I'm like, I'm good, man. I don't need it. It's just an old habit that came back, but yet I know I was using it in a way to what? To deal with stress, to deal with some of these emotions that I just didn't want to sit there and be fucking process it and just get through it, figure out the root of the stress, and then look for healthier ways to deal with the stress, right? Doing more yoga, eating healthier, going for a walk, doing some meditation, some breathing exercises, going to the gym. There's a lot of other things outlets to be able to get the stress to release itself. So I'm really happy. I'm almost on 4 months, right? 4 months free from THC, but the sugar was still there. And so I recently went on a road trip for a few days, and I needed to pick up a little propane tank for my grill so I could make meals on the road. And so I pulled in a Walmart and I walked to the back, and those motherfuckers were out of the little mini propane tanks. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? I came all the way over here and you guys are out of it. Well, guess what winked at me and gave me a smile? The Easter candy. The Easter candy said, hey, well, we're here. The propane tank's not there, but we're here. I said, okay, cool. Let me check you out. Let me give you a look. And for sure, they had my favorite, right? These little fucking sweet tart jelly beans. And I hope I'm not indulging anybody's cravings, but they had these sweet tart jelly beans. I could eat a whole bag of that shit. And I'm not talking about little, like, small bags. I'm talking about a big ass fucking bag that you fill up Easter eggs with. And guess what else winked at me? Because I never seen it. hey, we're here too now. Fucking Sour Patch fucking jelly beans, big bags, right? I was like, fuck, I need these. I'm going on a road trip. These will be great on the road trip. And so I grab them and I get in line, and my conscience, right? My subconscious, my higher self starts, the line's fucking crazy. So that was one thing, right? There was a check. And sometimes you got to look for these signs in life. Like there is guides. You have guides, angels, spiritual guides. Something is always there with you, trying to hold you accountable, trying to show you a better way, right? And it's even trying to show you the things that you've told yourself, that you've tried to promise yourself and you've broken your promises time and time and time again. You're totally killing your self-confidence every time you tell yourself something and you don't do it. Every time you tell yourself something and don't do it, you lose self-confidence. And yet I believe we have guides that sort of hold us accountable at this other spiritual level that say, come on, man, come on. And it's sort of like that little devil and the fucking angel, right? Whispering in our ears. But it's really not that, right? That's corny, man. That's like, stop with that shit. It's just really, we have weaknesses, right? We have emotional traumatic wounds that fuck us up. So I won't be telling you this story if I failed. There's success in it. Because the line was so long, it gave me enough time. And then, it was one of those things where the line was long and fucking finally Walmart opened up another cash register and two people ran in front of me because I was in a hurry. I was trying to get on the road and get down the fucking road. And for some reason, they're checking these dudes out and something's going on. They're having to call in managers. You know how it gets, man. And it's not that I was even impatient. It gave me enough time. I'm not like hemming and hawing. I never stew, man. I'm not trying to rush people doing jobs that are like that, man. Sitting at a register all day. If you're an impatient person and rude to servers, like, you need to stop with that shit. So anyhow, it gave me enough time to just check my thoughts, check myself, and say, you know what, I don't need this shit. And even more than that, I made a commitment to myself that on this road trip, all the gas stations and stuff, I wasn't gonna buy no candy, right? I'm gonna fucking leave these candies right here, and I'm not buying no candy because I'm ready to now address the sweet craving. And it's cool because a few days later, I saw a video with probably a doctor or somebody talking about how cravings, like sweet cravings or crunchy cravings, they're attached to emotional, right? Insecurities, right? And that, and I believe it. I believe that. I believe that there's something deeper I need to address in my life. That it's not really a need. I don't have a need for fucking a whole bag of fucking candy, processed sugar. I don't have a need for that. I'd much rather eat an apple, an orange, a pear, some cherries, some grapes, right? That's already the diet I stick to, you guys. And that's what I'm trying to be vulnerable, transparent, and accountable about, that this is real shit. And this is the shit that you're dealing with too, on your level, in your reality. Because y'all wouldn't be watching this if it wasn't true, right? But again, the core of this is, what do you value? If you say you value health, right, and you got all the shots, you wore the masks, right, because you didn't want to get sick, or if you got sick, you don't want to get no one else sick, right, but you're carrying all this extra weight. Well, COVID's the number 3 killer. Heart disease is number 1. Heart disease is definitely related to your physical construct, right? So how do you're contradicting yourself. You're saying, hey, I got all the shots because I care about health and I care about public health and I care about other people's health, right? I got all the shots. I didn't get all the shots. I didn't get freaking burnt. I got 0. So stay away from me if you're worried about it. Transparency. But if you're saying you care about all the shots and that you think that you're caring about public health, but you're carrying around extra weight, you're a hypocrite, right? You're contradicting your own conscience. Because again, you don't have physical evidence to show that you are a healthy, active person. Because if you value health and you look up health, just Google it. Hey, Siri, show me what healthy looks like. Hey Siri, show me what a healthy lifestyle looks like. It doesn't show people sitting around eating fucking tacos, burritos, going to fast food joints, over drinking happy hours. It doesn't show that. Health is this. Health is having a lean body, right? And you're going to make all these reasons why you can't have that. And that's bullshit. I met a lady recently at a conference. It was a health conference, right? This lady was fat and overweight her whole life. And I know you guys, why does he talk like that? She was fat and overweight her whole entire life. She'll talk like that. She was in her 60s, you guys, right? Maybe I'll even share her picture because I now know her. She's now a friend. And yet she dropped 115 pounds in her 60s. In her 60s, women, listen, ladies, listen. All you ladies making excuses. It's my metabolism. It's this, it's that. It's the post-baby weight. It's all this bullshit. Bullshit. This woman has like 5 kids, 6 kids, grandkids, all kinds of kids, was overweight her whole entire life, 115 pounds down. She's the happiest that she's ever been, the most active she's ever been, the most excited she's ever been. And she's actually building a business out of being a health coach now, making like over 6 figures. Because she had to tear down all those limiting beliefs, and she released 115 pounds of shit that was not her. Her true self has come out now in her 60s. But she went all this time believing that she could not be anything better than a fucking football mom, a soccer mom, a this mom, a that mom, blah, blah, blah. Right? Carrying around all this fucking weight. And all you dudes, the same thing, man. Carrying around fucking, dude, looking pregnant. Men looking pregnant. You can't see your junk. Right? Having man tits. Being embarrassed to fucking to play skins. Take off your shirt at the beach. Right? Being afraid because you know that you've let it go. And you know that you're defeated like me, man. Where I was like, God, this is it. I'm a dad. It's dad bod season. It's dad bod. No, it's embarrassing, man, when you're a fucking warrior underneath and you go to the pool, you take your family on a vacay, it's warm weather, and you're embarrassed to fucking take off your shirt at the fucking pool. So now I'm seeing people wearing all this weird, like short suits and t-shirt, like, you know, like fucking rash guards and shit. They're embarrassed. And it sucks when you're embarrassed of yourself because you're worth better than that. And again, you have to ask yourself, what do you value? And if you say you value health, you say you value education, you say you value finances, right? You say you value family. Well, how are you going to be there for your family if you're living a shitty life? If you're carrying around extra weight, you're not taking care of yourself, right? How are you going to be there for your partner? How are you going to go enjoy doing life if you're feeling like shit? You say you value your family. You say that it's all about you going and earning that paycheck, but then you can't even do life with your family, with the people you say that you are making a priority and that you value. Look, I don't need to help you guys. I got amazing things happening in my life, but I keep getting on here even when I'm like, man, should I really get on there today? I got a lot of stuff to do. Right? I got a lot of stuff to do today, but I made this show and I made this message a priority because I care, because this is my why. It's not just about me being successful. It's not me just living my best life. Part of that, a big part of me living my best life is making a difference in this world, is believing that I am made of love. You are made of love. And I feel that I am called to share this love, this message with the world because it's so fucking true. It cuts through all the bullshit. This shit is unrehearsed. There's no rehearsals here. There's no script. This is just a fucking love message to you guys, to the universe, to say, hey, grab a hold of this. Because I also believe that all of you is just a different version of me, right? We're all connected, whether we want to believe that or not. And I'm grateful for those of you that get on here. I'm grateful for those of you that have supported resultskillexcuses.com, getting that hoodie, getting some t-shirts, get whatever, get a sticker. Support it, man. If you're checking in on this message, support it. That's the exchange of energy, right? You can rock that shit. You don't have to be on the goals, but by having that, that gives you a level of accountability because you then grab the energy of that mindset of saying, I'm going to put my results over my excuses and I need to kill it. Kill it. That little bitch voice that's holding you back, right? All those, every time you say, I'm going to do something, all of this shit, this mind fucking voice comes to your head, right? All these thoughts and all this voice comes forward, man, to try and talk yourself out of doing anything new that you know would actually improve your life. So support it. Get yourself a hoodie, get yourself a shirt, get yourself a sticker. Results kill excuses, motherfuckers. That's what we live around here. It's because we believe it. We believe it. We believe we're worthy. We believe that every day we could be better than who we were yesterday. There's no competition, me versus you, right? It's me versus me, and it's you versus you. That's all you're competing against. And the way you win is by just getting a little better every fucking day. You chalk up the wins, you celebrate, you acknowledge the losses, and you readjust. You recalibrate, and you give yourself an opportunity to grow. Right? I'm going to keep getting back on this motherfucker because I love this shit. And what is this shit? Life, motherfuckers. We doing life every single day. And we don't know how many days we got, but I'm going to keep getting on here and I'm going to keep talking and I'm going to keep sharing this message of love, whether you like it or not. Because you know the drill. It's all on me, motherfuckers. Results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.